Hi everyone, Shannon here with Mixed Media Minnesota. I hope you're all doing well. Today I am going to be working on some Christmas ephemera, and my plan is to use from our last video some of the Christmas snippets that we made. So I want to show how I use these. So I'm just going to get started here. So I have some tag bases, and what I did to create these is I just took a sheet of just coffee dyed paper, and then I, with my Scotch Crate glue stick, I stuck on some old vintage newspapers, and so I have those, and I did ink these ones in the Distress Ink Barn Door. It's the red ink. And then what I did is I took some white gesso and my spatula and my brayer, and I just kind of muted the newspaper. I did on the back of some of the coffee dyed as well on here. So that's how I started my bases. I have those there. So I'm just going to show you really quick how I did the gesso on there, and then we'll let those dry and we'll decorate the other ones. So I'm just going to, this is how I do it. I just use my spatula and I get some gesso on the back side of it, and I just kind of wipe it on a piece of scrap paper. And then I just take my brayer and I just kind of run it in there. Like I try not to get like full coverage on here, because I don't want it all the way full. And I just start at the bottom and I just roll it up. And then, so it kind of mutes it. If I want a little bit more, I'll go in, or say I want a little bit on the edge here, I just go this way. And kind of, you can get it to look like, you can use it over stencils, you can do all kinds of stuff with the gesso as well. So I'm going to leave the back on that one, I think. And I'm just going to do this one. And again, I'm just adding some gesso on here, and I'm just going to go roll it up. And I want that one to be a little more spread, so I just put my gesso on there and I just roll over it. Okay, this one will add a little bit on the back just to use up what's on here. I just flip it over, I don't worry about if it's wet or whatever, because it dries really fast anyways. And just adding some extra off of there onto that. So then we have them, they're a little bit muted then. So, and then just take this off of here. And there we have those. So I'm going to set these two aside to dry. Somewhere over here. Okay, I have a tub of water here to put that in. So we can put the gesso away. You could do it a lot heavier on there if you want, but I do like the newspaper as the background. Okay, so I'm going to put my gesso in here. Get rid of these. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we are going to decorate on these three. So I did pull out some stuff here. Let's see. I gessoed over this, so if I wanted that the edging to be a little brighter, I could re-ink it, or I should have gessoed it and then inked it, I guess. But I like it the way it is. It's kind of muted. So this here, when I cut out of my paper, when I have my full sheet of the copy paper and the newspaper, then I just put it in my cutter and I cut it down to tag sizes. And then here I have an extra end piece, and I thought I could use this as a horizontal belly band in a journal. I believe it is, yeah, it's like 5.5 inches. So I am going to trim that down a little tiny bit, just because I don't like them when they get that big. You can trim them however you want. I'm just going to take a little bit off here. Okay, so now I'm going to come back in here. Oops. With my red ink and just ink a little bit. See, now it's way darker, so I'm just going to go around the whole thing. Okay. so my thoughts on this one was we could use one of these strips and we could put that on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of see, so cut it about the size I'm wanting. So I just go ahead and shim it right on there. These are stitched on this, so I can easily just grab it and rip it off, and the back will come right off. Okay, so. And this could be also, you know, like, you could use this on the edge of anything to hang off, like your tabs or anything too, or on pocket trim. Like if this were a pocket, you could add that to the top like that. These are just really fun. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, I could stitch it on there, but I'm just going to glue that on there. And I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. And I'm just going to put a little strip on there. And go ahead and put that right on there. And then I was digging through some of my Christmas ephemera. I've been pulling my Christmas stuff out. And I found some, I'm not sure what company they're from because I just have them in a bin, not in the package here. So I found, I think they might have been a Tim Holtz, but I'm not sure. They're like the cream colored paper, and they're like just the drawings of them, of the Christmas images. And so I have a couple here that I want to use. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to really quickly add color to these. So I am going to, I just have some plastic here. When I open things, I just kind of keep the bigger pieces here. I'm going to fold it in half because I'm going to use 2 colors. And so what I'm going to need for this is my water. I could use acrylic paint. I could use anything really. Okay, so, but I want these 2 to be the green. So I'm just going to grab my Distress Oxide ink, and I'm just going to add some onto the plastic. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some water to that, water that down. Okay, and I'm just going to tap that in there and wipe that off. Add a little bit more color on there. And let's see here. I don't think I have a towel over here. Okay, so I'll try and wipe it on there, I guess. And I'm going to add some green onto this one. And I think I would like it a little darker. I think this isn't the right green I was looking for. But you see what I mean. You get it on there. Just adds a little bit of color to it. Okay, so we're going to, let's see. I'm just going to set them on here. And I'm just going to fold this up and use it again. This time I want this poinsettia to have red coloring. So I'm just going to do the same thing. Just turn that upside down on there. Squirt some water on there. My water is almost empty, so should have filled that up. Okay, and then I'm just going to smear this on there. And this might end up looking more pink than red. But I want it a little muted. I don't want it so very bright. So I'm going to set that there. And I'm going to go grab a towel. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so I try to have my stuff all here, but I always forget something. And I'm just going to take and I'm just going to blot that dry. The towels that I use for all my mixed media stuff, you can tell they get icky. I buy them at Walmart in the automotive department. You get like, I don't know, 18 of them they're really, really cheap. So, and then you just throw them in the washer, and when they get too bad, then I can just throw them away. Okay, so we have a little bit of color on them. So that's an easy way to color something or add color to something. And then I was thinking with these, I want to do this step first. I know we're kind of jumping around, but I pulled out my Christmas red stickles. If I can get it to work, I want to make the berries so they have time to dry. I want to do it now, then we can see them. So I want to color the berries in the glitter stickles. I'm just adding a little bit over them. You can use liquid pearls for this too. I'm going to set that aside. And should we use liquid pearls on that one? Let's see the difference there. So here I have, it is ruby red liquid pearls. And I just realized that these are leaves, they're not the flower. So, and I'm just, this one's kind of plugged. I'm just adding a little bit of the red in there. And now, let's see, I don't want the leaves red, so I should have paid attention to that, but I didn't. So, and of course I can't find a decent scissors here. I wreck my scissors all the time because I use my fabric ones on paper, and yeah, I'm just not good with them. So I'm just going to cut the leaves off. I could go in with a brush and add green over top of them, but that's okay. You know, I think how I'm going to use this one, I think I can leave these. I think it'll partly be hidden. So we're going to leave that for right now. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside so that they can dry. And then this is the one I was thinking I would use this on. So we're going to do that on there. And then there's going to be a new Christmas digital coming to our Etsy shop in the coming weeks. And these little tiny labels are in that set. So I'm thinking maybe we add a label on there, or we could pin it on there with a bulb pin or something. So let's see, I'm just playing around here. I think that's what I want to do. So I'm going to grab my crocodile. Before I do that though, I'm going to ink it. And I'm going to ink this one in green, and it's bundled sage is the one that I'm using. I need to get, I think, a darker green. I don't have a darker green, I don't think. So I'm just going to add a little bit of green to this. And I want a little hole in this, so I'm just going to use the little hole punch in here and try to eyeball it so it doesn't cut the words off, but there. Okay. And let's see here. Okay, and then I think I'm going to use, let's see here, gold. I like gold for Christmas, so a gold bulb pin. Just going to stick that through there. You know what, I should have done it this way. Now it's backwards, kind of. Is it? No, it'll work. So I'm just going to move this. I'm just going to stick this on here, and we can try and find some charms or beads to hang on there too. I don't have those here right now, so I won't put them on there right now, but I might add some to that on the bulb pin. Okay, and I stuck my hand in there, so I'm also going to try and, without smearing this, add some green edge on it. So another way that we could have colored it is just by daubing our ink on it instead of, you know, smearing it on there. Okay, so I kind of like that in there, like that. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac, and I'm going to stick that on there. Is that on there? So there we have a little horizontal belly band. Isn't that cute? See, wouldn't that be really cute if you had it on the edge of a page too? So you can use that any way you would like. Okay, so we have that one finished. So I'm going to set that aside. And then, let's see. Now we're going to make a tag. Okay, so I did pull some stuff out, like I said already. These are the little Tim Holtz Christmas people and some ephemera that I had in my Christmas box, so I'm not sure exactly who did this one, who this is from. Could be the Tim Holtz Christmas, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm just adding some of the green around that. Okay, so behind her, I think, let's see, she's got the cute little mittens. I think I'm gonna do something like this, maybe. Then I have another one of the little word labels. Can add on there. But I was thinking the poinsettia. See how the leaf is kind of hidden like that? So it works. Something like that. And then, do we need some lace or something maybe behind her? Let's see. I'm just gonna trim it down a little bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit behind her. So we'll slide that off. I'm using Fabri-Tac to hold the lace down here. Let's see. I want that little ruffle to be right on the edge of the tag. Okay. Then we just build it up. So I'm gonna add that, poinsettia on there. And I'm just using art glitter glue for this. It's just paper going to paper. Add a little Fabri-Tac where the lace is here. Okay. Add our little piece down here. Kind of going to turn that a little bit sideways. And then our cute little girl we're going to add on there. I do want to stitch around these, so I should have maybe moved it in a little bit, but that's okay if the stitching goes over it. I'm okay with that. I'm going to go ahead with my red ink here. Ink the little December label. And I'm just going to add that on there. And then I'm going to look at this little snippet that we made the other day. And I think I just want a little piece of this up on the top here. So I'm just going to snip it. And then rip it off. And I'm just kind of roughing the edges a little bit where our cut lines are. And then I'll just add that right on there. And I'm just going to put a little bit of art glitter glue on there because I'm going to stitch over top of that. So then there we have a tag. Okay, I'm going to set that aside, and then if we get done with the other one in time, we'll stitch around them and stuff too. Okay. So then the next one that I have here, let's see. I think I want to add maybe some, let's see. I have over here some coffee dyed music paper, and I'm just gonna rip a strip. Okay, I'm going to use my Gathered Twigs ink here and just add a little distressing on that. And I am going to just kind of crumple it a little bit and get some more color line, more ink in there. Okay. I'll glue that on there. This little guy has skates. So I found this little tag that talks about skates. I'm going to ink around that with red. See here. Well, let's just see. Let's just put him on there for now. I think just start gluing or I'll change my mind, right? We have a little punch out that didn't punch out. Okay. A little piece of our lace or something. Just try and sticking that to the lace. I like that on there. And then two labels sometimes is hard for me. Let's see. That covers the skates then, so I don't know. Do we not use that maybe? Let's see. I feel like I need something over here. We are going to stitch around it and have our topper on. Let's decide on our topper. Go with this part right here. Turn this one that way. just rough the edges. Same thing, I'm going to stitch around it, so I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of glue to hold it. Okay, should we add a bulb pin on there? Let's do that. Okay, where's my little punch here? For my crocodile. I don't know why I always close it up. Because if I don't, I'll spill it all over probably. Alright, so we're just going to pop a hole in that one. With the lace, it might not work so well, yeah. But it'll still go through there. Again, I can come back and add charms or beads on there, which I probably will do. And I'm just going to stick this until I sew it. I better not, otherwise I'll sew over that. We'll set that aside. But if we have that on there, I think that's cute. So let's move our inks and put all of this stuff back in here. Clean up our mess a little bit. I'm going to grab my sewing machine here. We're going to stitch around them quickly. I was just kind of looking, I seen that little piece laying there. I think I'm just going to leave it though. Okay. So we have that one to sew and we have this one to sew. And this one I'm not going to sew anything on. I'm just going to leave this one. Okay. Okay. Bring my sewing machine on here. Get my foot pedal lined up. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I don't like to edit my videos, and so I just want to get them finished so you can see the final one. So I'm just gonna go. Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna go around this one with a straight stitch, I think. And so turn your volume down or fast forward, but here we go. Okay, I guess we're not. This is what always happens when I try to hurry up and do something, is my thread comes out of the needle. And now, can I get it in there in 2 tries? Okay, this thread is like quilter's thread, or I don't know, what is it? Yeah, so it's like thicker. Wiry, I guess, kind of almost reminds me of. Okay, let's try this again. Alright, here we go. I think I'm going to try a zigzag stitch on this side. And finish the end here on straight. we have that one. I'm just going to grab the other one really quick and do that one as well. Struggling with this thread. It doesn't like me or something. Okay. I'm going to do a zigzag on the bottom of this one. Okay, I have to move that a little bit here, guys. Okay. So, there we have it. I'm just going to trim off some of the extra strings here. Sometimes I like to leave a little bit of the strings, but sometimes not so much. I kind of wish I would have had green thread in there, red. I need to switch mine out. Okay, so there we have that one. We can go ahead and add our bulb pin on there. Isn't that cute? I think that's cute. And then here we have our other one that we did. See on the backs of them. And we could go ahead and, let's see, maybe, let's try on the back of this one. I have these Christmas stamps. I've had these in my stash. They're Hero Arts, Clearly Kelly. I have no idea how old they are or anything, or where I got them. Let's see. Happiest season of all. Should we stamp? Let's see. Should we do it in? Should we just use the black? I guess. Yeah, I've never used it. I'm just gonna try. It's a little crooked on the stamp here, so I'm gonna try and line it up on the back here. And that's going to be way crooked, but it is what it is. Oh, maybe not too bad. So just stamp that right on the back. I didn't know if it would fit across top, but I like it on the side. So should we put one on here? I wonder if, what is she? Little gloves and a tree. 'Tis the season. Wonder if that'll fit. Yeah, that'll fit across the top. I should have done this before I decorated the front because it might not stamp the best. I'll give it a try. Yeah, it did just fine. Okay, so there we have two of our Christmas tags, and we have our horizontal Billy band. So that was fun. Now I have some more to decorate, but I'll do those off camera. But I was just showing how we could use these a couple different ways. And look, I have lots extras. And they rip off of here so easy when they're stitched on there, and you can keep them nice and neat. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I think that's going to be a video, and we're going to wrap it up. And you guys take care. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.